About is something I think is really, really important, especially when you get started. Just so you guys know, I didn't say this earlier, and some people were asking me in the back about kind of how I got started and things I did. When I first got started, I made my first $1 million online, and that was million US. Actually, I sold $2 million worth of stuff, and it was in affiliate marketing. I had a list, and I would sell other people's stuff. And so what I'm going to share with you, the reason I was able to do that is because I had a list. I think what's really important is what I'm about to talk to you, and it's called, the presentation is called How to Build a Large Mailing List That'll Become Your Own ATM Machine. See, these computers, these things called computers, they're not computers to me. These are ATM machines, and they spit out cash, and that's what they're supposed to be doing. And that's the way I look at it. And actually, let me just show you something here. If I escape this, and I get on here, if I started this computer back up, you might not be able to see it, but if I started this computer, actually right here, see, look up here. See that name right there? It says ATM machine. It really is my ATM machine. I call this computer is called the ATM machine. I have another computer at home. I call it the cash flow generator. I have another computer at home. I name them all something that has to do with money. So, because that's what they are for me. I don't know really how to use the computer that much, but I do know how to push the little E or the Internet Explorer, get online, and send out emails. And that's how I make a lot of money, and that's what we're going to be talking about. So before we get started, I want to share with you guys some things here, and let me empty out my pockets. There's my wallet. Okay, so here we go. This is my girls. These are my girls. They're at home right now. This is my daughter, Madison, right here on the closest to us. She's about 18 months now. So that's Madison. That's Taylor. She just turned 10 years old, and this is my new son. My new addition to my family. This is my son. That I was telling you guys about, and that's him right there. I just wanted to share with you guys, and actually, I don't have a picture. I thought I had a picture with my wife in there, but I have the whole half picture of my family in the other one. But that's my family, just so you guys know. Before we get in here, I'll just tell you, I'm a marketer that loves to make a lot of money sitting on my butt, and that's what this whole internet's all about. And that's what I'm sharing with you guys, is how you can make a lot of money sitting on your butt. Now let's talk about, here's some few commitments I want to make with you guys today. These are a few commitments I want to make. First commitment is this. You're going to be better off at the end of this presentation than you were when we first started. Point blank, period. You're going to be better off at the end of this presentation than you were when we first started. Now, also, I'm going to come from a place that if my business vanished, if I lost everything that I had and had to start all over again, what would I do? And this is exactly how I made my first $1 million online, without even having my own product. But plus, I'm going to show you guys one of my 12 merchant accounts to prove to you guys I know what the heck I'm talking about. So I'll show you guys that. Here's another thing. Number 3 is this. Next 11 of you action takers are going to have an opportunity to get your hands on this system and implement it to explode your income to 6 or 7-digit level this year. And you're going to be able to do it in a short period of time. Now, here's one question everybody always asks me. Before we get going, everybody always asks me this question. Matt, why are you confident to offer this powerful lead generation system? Well, number one is this. I make money using this system I'm going to share with you guys, and so do my clients. I've got 12-year-old kids that are making $10,000 a month, US, in using this system. Also, I have one guy that I was working with. He does things online. I think he's probably 85 years old, using the system and making money. And that's the cool thing. It doesn't matter. I have all walks of life that are making money with this system. I have tested the system, and it's a redefined system. So this is one of those systems. I've tested it. It's redefined from there. And plus, because of my technical engineering background, I did go to college. I got a technical engineering degree, and I also got a degree in marketing. And so I graduated a little early because of a challenge with my parents. I graduated high school really low. No school would accept me. I sent my resume or my application into all these schools. Nobody said yes to me. So I ended up going to some small school in Alabama. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that, but it's like no man's land. And I went to school there, and I also got my technical engineering degree and stuff like that. But the great thing is, that stuff, it took me years trying to get that crap out of my head. Everything they taught me in school never taught me anything to make money. It just taught me how to become great at school, get a great job. But I understand which tools actually work from a marketing perspective and from a technical perspective. Most people that you'll talk to, that when you're talking to them, or when we're talking to you, you'll hear them. They'll talk from either they understand the technical side, And then some guys will just understand the marketing side, and there's other guys that understand both, and I understand both sides. And so you want to listen up, and I'll try to break everything down and simplify it so that you understand what I'm talking about. Also, my keen observations and mentoring I've done are some great marketing minds. I've spent some time with some millionaires and billionaires. Billionaires with the B, I've spent 2 billionaires. I will share with you exactly what these billionaires said to me, and that changed my whole thinking about business and how I do the things that I do. So I'll share with you guys that. Here's another question people ask me. Matt, why do people invest their money with you versus the alternatives? The answer to that is this. This is the only total package solution. This is not just theory. What I'm going to share with you guys is not just theory. This is something I do day in and day out. Actually, everything I'm going to share with you guys is what I use in all my companies. Every company, we all start off with this, exactly what I'm going to share with you guys from there. And also, I've created a system I sought after for years. For years, I was trying to figure this whole thing out until one day I just found the door. I mean, I used to bang my head on the door, bang my head on the wall, bang my head on the wall until one day, I mean, I just it made sense and I figured it out. So I'm going to share with you exactly what that is. And also, I'm going to recommend tools that I personally use, things that I use on a day-to-day basis. And so when I'm talking, I'm going to give you guys URLs or website addresses. Write them down. You're going to want to write them down because these are places that I go to and I use on a day-to-day basis. Also, I spend 2/3 of my time doing it and 1/3 of my time teaching it. Actually, this has actually shrunk even more. Since my son came around, I have discontinued all my events in the United States. Actually, all my events everywhere. I've discontinued doing them, and the reason being is because I just want to be home with my family. And my other companies, I don't need to make, my bulk of my money does not come from the teaching side. My bulk of my money comes from my other companies. And so I don't need the teaching side to live the lifestyle that I have. I just do it for fun. But I've kind of discontinued that because I'm going a different direction next year. So I've actually I've discontinued those from there. But here's the number one reason why I flew out here this weekend. And actually, just so you guys know, I landed at 5:20 this morning. So I've been up here twice. I have not been able to go to bed. I did take a shower because it was a 20-hour nonstop flight. I went to the thing, took a shower, got dressed, and came here. But I haven't slept for a long time. But anyway, but why am I here and why am I talking? And this is why. Because I truly care about your results. And you guys will hear something that I've actually convinced my wife to allow me to do. I'll talk to you guys about it here in a sec. But here's how you can get rich from today's session, okay? Here's exactly how you can get rich from today's session. First thing is this, I want you to be critical. Be critical to everything that I say. I want you to listen to what I say, and I want you to scrutinize what I say. Because I've been in the trenches and I know this is true. You know, I'm 29 years old. I have over $1 million in my bank account, U.S. I mean, it's a great feeling when you know you don't have to do anything tomorrow. You know, when you have that ability. I mean, I've got these other companies. I got one thing that I do, a membership site that's doing over $150,000 a month, you know, U.S. It's amazing the things. Outside of that, I mean, I have these other companies that are doing it. I've got one company that I started up not too long ago. In the first 2 months, we did over $500,000. Started another company in less than 8 months.